Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this one-hour webinar entitled Online Accounting, Making It Work for You and Your Clients. Well, let's have a look at some facts about the cloud then.
There's been a lot of myths about the cloud, and just very rapidly, I just wanted to run through some sort of headline points about this. Cloud accounting, software as a service, has been around for about at least 10 years. Lots of definitions about cloud accounting. They simply, it's your data, and in fact the program is stored on the internet. So you don't need any hardware at your end other than, of course, your computer and internet access. I mean, why cloud, why now? I think the sort of keynote headline points are that it's the biggest innovative change since the introduction of the PC. I think there's no question about that.
Yes.
It enhances and improves your service delivery, and very importantly, it doesn't cost anything to get into the cloud. There's usually no initial setup costs for getting into a cloud product. It's very much a try, buy, and if you like it, pay for it as you use it. You're not laying out any capital expenditure. In the early days of easy counting, I coined the phrase the digital umbilical cord, which actually sort of links you to your client. And using a cloud system very much improves the relationship and your working practices with your client in this ever competitive and ever increasing cost-driven market.
So we're convinced we've got to move to the cloud. We're aware of that. We've got to have different products for different clients. Yes. So we need to educate ourselves on the different offerings. And how do we market this to our clients?
Well, I think at this stage in the game, it's early enough in the game that you can actually make a virtue of operating in the cloud. You can distinguish yourself from the competition. You can show that your practice is really IT savvy and not working with outmoded systems.
So you just click on the client you want to work on.
So from the accountant's point of view, you just click on the client that you want to work on. Now, what you will see along here is the actual menu structure that you've got in the system. So as the administrator, I've got various administrator and settings things. The client wouldn't see that. This is only able to the accounting firm. You've got your bookkeeping, you've got the sales, which we're going to look at. This one has been set up to run stock and also what they call project accounting, but very importantly, that gives you the ability to use timesheets in your system. So you could actually use e-conomic as a practice management system, so you've actually got an all-in-one system that works within your practice. That's changed the
exchange rate has changed. Okay, that is wonderful, isn't it?
So, and for those, before anybody preempts the question, you can also set a fixed exchange rate that you might want to use. Some businesses work on fixed exchange rates, and you can set those up in the system. Putting entries in, very straightforward. As I say, you can approve the entries, keep that entry approval restricted to the accountant, but also what's important is that you can review your reports prior to approving the entries to see what the effect the different entries are going to be. And I'll show you that in a minute when we get there. What is also extremely useful within the system is a scanning facility. And if you're working in an outsourcing mode, what we do very simply is that we get the clients to scan their invoices directly into their economic agreement. And this enables you to post up your invoice from the system. So when an invoice is scanned into the system, it comes into e-conomic as an unprocessed invoice, and if you then say that I'm actually going to post the invoice from the scan, what happens is that the invoice appears at the bottom of the screen. You can then put your entries in from that invoice, and then that invoice is attached permanently to that entry.